What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 21, and today we are taking on the Detroit Lions. It's a realistic style rebuild. Of course, the Detroit Lions, a bit of a disappointing season. Definitely a team that I think a lot of people thought would do better than they did. Of course, Matthew Stafford was pretty good outside of the games that he missed. I don't know why it's so dark on him. The problem is, in Madden, I don't know what we can really do to work this player up, but if he plays well, we might have to boost him. This is another one of those players that we mentioned in, I think, the Falcons rebuild, kind of with Matt Ryan. You know, if he starts doing really well, we can keep him going because, of course, 33 in real life is no longer a death sentence, but in Madden, you're not going to progress very high at, 33 and star and whatnot. But if he gets a superstar, he won't regress at least, but his overall won't go up. So we'll probably have to adjust that kind of the way EA would adjust that, assuming, he plays well and whatnot. So, of course, we have Galladay, who's just barely on that superstar line. I think maybe make that argument that he should lose it based on the overall here, but definitely their number one wide receiver without a doubt. Marvin Jones, of course, a guy that you probably do need to replace, getting on the older side. He's an okay complimentary wide receiver, but I mean, they just don't have, right now, they just don't have like a big play guy. Of course, Agnew maybe could be that big play guy like Deontay Harris for the New Orleans Saints. Number 39 at wide receiver. Nice, I love it. Of course, as far as the O-line goes, Vaitai, I don't understand the signing. Way too much money. Even Detroit Lions fans, I would say, probably at the time of the signing were wondering what the hell were they thinking. Ragnar, obviously solid, and then Taylor Decker, kind of up and down, but for our sake, good enough. And then, Jackson, obviously, on the younger side. Dahl on the bad side. Hawkinson, a Pro Bowler. Kind of by default, though. NFC was kind of bad for Pro Bowl selections, even though clearly Robert Tonyan should have been one of them in the same division they have there. So Okudah injured a decent bit, obviously, in his rookie campaign. Of course, he'll be the number one corner here going into next season unless we get a corner in the draft. Not really sure what we're going to do at 5 and 11. I mean, that's like, what do you actually do with that pick? It's a tough one. As far as the linebackers go, I mean, it's Detroit. They haven't had a good linebacker since, Tulloch, probably? And then, safeties. Walker's okay, but 26 years old definitely hurts. There's a lot to do on this team. This team is definitely a team that needs some work. And hopefully that 5 and 11 draft pick will be good enough. Also, nice boobs, man. Jesus. All right, as far as re-signing goes, Kenny Galladay, I'm surprised did they not already sign him in real life? I don't even know, but we'll sign him if we can. That hurts. You never see Kenny Galladay go to free agency in the first year of Madden here, but apparently for us, he does. Let me look. To be fair, in real life, he could get the tag. Of course, this money would be like 3-year money. I don't want this, but I guess we'll have to tag him. There's really no choice. Marvin Jones, I mean, I think we have to just let him go. This team is not in great cap space situation either. I mean, that money's kind of gone. I feel like Detroit's had a lot of kicking issues lately, so we'll re-sign Matt Prater if he wants to. Okay, I mean, I agree. I would also want to do these things. Agnew, if he wants to stay, I'll give him a 2-year deal. Kick returners are pretty valuable like that. Not even that much money, to be honest. And then we'll grab this backup. Everyone else can go. We need new faces. It's also what half the players without a face scan that deserve one would say to EA. There's got to be something we could do about this salary. Like, well, what is it? Is it Trey Flowers? Yeah, Trey Flowers. It's Trey Flowers, Stafford. And, I mean, those are the names, really. That's enough to do it. True Font. Can we get rid of True Font? Oh, my Lord, with these contracts. These contracts are not good at all. Look at these contracts. Oh, my Lord. Hopefully that bonus has got to be tied in early, right? Like, after next season, we should be fine, right? This team is terrible. Oh, my. The one guy they don't have signed long is freaking Ragnar. And that's like the one guy you should have signed long. Oh, Lord. We'll get it going, though. We'll get it going. It's going to be a slow start for sure, but we'll get it going. As far as top free agents go, you have Kenny Galladay. Stafford really has not had many options. Can we make this work? Like, if we can offer this contract or close to Chris Godwin, I'd be set. That is nowhere near the money he wants at all, isn't it? Ooh, actually, corner's probably a little bit bigger of a need. Shaquille Griffin. We never really had a chance at him. 83 points. Man, this team is in a spot that it doesn't make sense to offer. I got to see if there's anyone we can get rid of. I don't think there is, but this is brutal. We actually got some decent contracts, and they're all defenders. We get Raekwon McMillan. We get Anthony Walker. We get Awuzie. And we get Neal. Of course, we definitely took off the offer on Griffin. We didn't go for Godwin. I think even though these are lower-end players, getting 4 players for the price of 1 is probably worth it when you're in this much need, right? Especially a linebacker. We also end up getting a kicker, Will Lutz, which is definitely an upgrade over Prater. I don't know why. I guess to be fair, the Saints, the money situation might have finally caught up to him. All right, so at pick number 7, we have several options, obviously. We're going to be taking best available, so the Jaguars are likely to take Trevor Lawrence. They do. Pick number 2 was a pass rusher. Now, that is surprising. I thought it was definitely going to be Fields. It was not. Once again, in this one, Atlanta, really, they take Devontae Smith. That is a crime. But for some reason, it's always messed up in the draft order where it should be Miami before then, but Miami still gets the pick they're likely to take. And then at number 5, Parsons, the Eagles should be wide receiver, and they take Jalen Waddle. The Falcons actually scammed us. And at this point in time, I'm not really sure what we do. We had quarterback, but I just don't think the Lions are going to take quarterback. Jamar Chase might be an option. I suppose there's no choice. You either go offensive line, which I suppose Detroit does need, or you go Jamar Chase, who is, about as best as you're going to get here. I think you go Jamar Chase. And this class has him very, very good. To be fair, this class might be a little outdated. So I think we're going to drop his ratings a little bit and then raise Devontae's. But, hey, hidden development wide receiver, whether he's an 81 or if we drop him down to like a 76, which I think is more fair, still a really good pick nonetheless. I think we're going to keep going down until either the lineman goes or Rondale Moore just went. So we're going to go to the Titans. There's a couple of teams that could use linemen coming up here. Even the Titans could probably use an extra lineman. See if we can make a trade with them to grab one. This is actually a pretty big jump, so we're going to give them 39 and Danny Shelton for pick 22. Of course, we're probably going to be moving Deshaun Hand to that spot. We'll still be lacking at the DT spot, but I think overall this is worth it to go up and grab a new lineman for Mr. Matthew Stafford. Of course, the quarterbacks, we don't worry about that. It's not going to be perfect every time. Alex Leatherwood, we didn't get to scout him because we didn't think he would be there for us, but we know he's a top-tier talent. Let's go for him. 71 overall, hidden development traits. Very athletic, could even move inside to guard, you would assume. And now, what are our draft picks looking like? Because obviously we would like to trade up next year's stuff for this year's stuff if it comes down to it, because of course there is a lot of talent here. So I suppose let's go to the start of the 3rd, as there should be a couple of linebackers there waiting for us, which obviously would help make this draft really solid. As far as the linebackers go, we do have both McGrone and Ventrell Miller. Both are pretty solid. You probably want Cameron a little bit more, so I think we probably should make a trade up to the Jaguars here. We give up 71 this, 135 this, and a 6 next to get up to 65 from the Jaguars. Definitely appreciate that. Of course, we're not going to worry about quarterback. Those guys are all going to be gone in real life. Cameron McGrone. Is it McGrone? Looks like a pretty solid player. We're going to take him. Late 3rd, 73 overall hidden. Very fast, talented player. And hopefully it looks like the Detroit Lions got linebacker right now. This one may be a little bit controversial, but Detroit is moving on from Kerryon Johnson, Carry On. They give up 103 this in Kerryon Johnson to get 72 from the Panthers. We all know running back is pretty much a dime a dozen in the league, and I feel like this pick, going for a cornerback like Marco Wilson, will be a huge win. and let's go for it. And he is a huge win. I can't remember if we've drafted him before, but hidden development Marco Wilson looks familiar. But regardless, of course, we'll take it. Obviously, a very good pick. We have a 6th round pick now. We might not be done with trade-ups because, of course, we do have a guy like Reggie Robertson, Robertson, who looks very solid. Mustafa Johnson looks pretty damn good. Early 6th. We have another linebacker might be worth taking. And then these guys, I mean, You take the hit, it was kind of like a 1-for-1. It was like 6.5 mil cap hit, 5.5 savings. So you lose a little bit technically. But Trufant and a 5th year next year to get a 5th year round this year. Of course, we probably could have made the trade straight up, but meh. But yeah, Mustafa Johnson, DT looks pretty decent. Definitely a backup, number 2 at least. And he is hidden. We've had him in our Rams league with hidden. We may have taken him in a rebuild as well. I can't tell. We do so many different draft classes, so I would not be able to tell you. But okay, I like it. And Puka, I think that's his actual name. That's who I was going to draft with one of these picks. But Reggie Robertson, another wide receiver, team needs it. Decently fast, looks all right. 68 overall, and a decent bit of potential. Could, be the number 3 around here. Depends. And as far as the draft goes, that's pretty much it. We do lose, a decent bit for next year, but we obviously added a ton of talent. This team is still pretty far away, but definitely took strides in the right direction in this one. As far as Jamar Chase's overall, very high. We're going to change that. So hopefully his dev is at least superstar, maybe even X Factor, just because we will be dropping him to make it fair. Okay, fair enough. Superstar development. So for his ratings, I think just to make it fair, because he shouldn't be the highest overall in the class anymore. Even though he is very good, he's not going to be the highest in like any... Really, I feel like I dropped his overall a lot. No? Right, so we did change his overall to a 76 overall. We will change Devontae later. Almost certain star. Definitely not superstar. Almost certain star. Maybe superstar. Marco, I'm not 100% sure, so we'll take a look. Let's take a look. Probably star, though, right? And he is still not a bad pick at all. And then Mustafa, unless some crazy stuff happens, this should be another star development player. And it is. Okay, so not bad at all. And of course, with the Falcons, Devontae Smith. He is hidden, right? Yeah, so hidden development. Let's get him to like a 78, 79 maybe. But yes, that draft made our team a lot better. The question is, can we get rid of any players yet? Please. Anyone at all? No? Coleman, maybe we'll think about it. Jesse James, we probably will. And that might be it. Might be the only options. This team really screwed it, didn't they? We could probably get rid of Joe Dahl, actually, because we'll probably move Leatherwood at guard for the season. But yeah, we need to get as much money as we can, so I think we also will be getting rid of Mr. Jesse James. Coleman, we'll have to look at that position. We'll have to give it a pretty good eyeing. But I think we can get rid of him, right? We have... yeah, we can get rid of Coleman. But we could probably trade him, though. We could probably get something off of him. I'd say we're going to get at least a 4th round, right? One of the better slot corners. It might be a bit down the line, but we get a next year 3rd for Coleman because they didn't have a 4th this year, and we didn't want to get anything less than a 4th. So that's pretty much what we got. Not a bad trade at all for us. Obviously, by the time we get to use the damn pick, it'll be quite a ways down, but... we got pretty much all our picks this year. We lost a 5th and a 6th, fair enough. But we added a 3rd from New York, which could be obviously really good. But with Trevor Lawrence, I don't know. That's a win of a trade for them, honestly. All right, going into Season 2. Technically, Season 1 is obviously, the season was already over. But we did up Stafford's ratings a little bit based on how he played. Had an 82 Pro Football Focus grade. Had a pretty good statistical season. And, of course, working around the Detroit Lions team, it was a pretty good year. I think it's fair. I think for this rebuild, we're going to keep doing stuff like this till age 35. I'm not going to change any devs or anything like that, but age 35 I think is fair. Once again, the regression, I wouldn't say is dated, because I think the regression in Madden, the regression prevention, I suppose, has been a little bit better over the years, but the problem is the progression. That's really what's really tough to deal with. because you can't progress old players. I mean, 41,000 XP to upgrade, but obviously if Stafford goes from, whatever they want to start him, 83 next year, and he has like 4,400 yards, 40 touchdowns, 13 picks or something, and the Lions go 10-6, he'll be in the 90s. But you can't do that in Madden, and that's likely what we could have here, as we did add new talent to this team. So, of course, if not, he'll regress like normal, and we'll allow it to happen. But, of course, in real life, had a decent enough season to stay as an average player. 83 overall, I think, is very fair. That's probably what he will start with next Madden. So, hate it if you want. It's my rebuild. I do what the hell I want. If he was old as hell, fair enough. Like, if we did a Saints rebuild, which we already did, but if we did another one and we wanted Drew Brees to stick around, I couldn't really make that argument. I can't, because, he kind of didn't play super well this year and may even retire for all we know. I completely forgot Kenny Golladay. His age already went up because they missed the playoffs, so we can still snag him on that 4-year deal, making him 31 on the team, which is totally fine. And the money was it worse? It had to be a little bit worse, but regardless, our money situation's a little bit better here now. If Ragnar wasn't a center, it doesn't matter. I don't care if he's a center, freaking fullback. I mean, obviously he's a fullback. If he's a long snapper, I'm keeping him. Aquara, this one's a tough one because lately in Madden, these pass rushers, they just haven't been worth it. And we've seen it even in real life that it just isn't always the best decision, especially an 81 overall guy can't really progress too much. Like, what's the XP needed? 12K? At best, he, is like an 84 by the time he's 30. That's not great. We may let him go. Deshaun Hand, once again, another guy that, probably won't progress too far. Ooh, yeah, that is a little bit higher than I was expecting. I think a 3-year deal. Is fine. Tracy Walker, a guy that I don't expect to start, but even as a backup, that's not bad money. We'll give him that. Tyrell Crosby, that's not a bad contract. Can we do better for the price, though? Maybe, but I'm going to give it to him. Exactly. Yeah, hey, if he would have declined that, I would have probably said, hey, you're not staying. Leonard Fournette, probably going to let him go, just kind of a backup for the year. But if he plays really well, man, you never know. No one's guaranteed to leave or stay. Simply put, Jack Fox, pretty decent fine for the Lions, so we're gonna sign him to a 4-year deal. And yeah, pretty much everyone else may be on the way out. I think we can do better than Aquara, even if it comes to the draft. I like him, but halfway through the season, no sacks. 6-4, not a bad season at all. All right, massive week 17. Can we win? We don't, but we still make the playoffs at 9-7. The division was really good. Of course, 9-7 for this team is not bad at all. That's kind of what I expected in real life last year, but last year, whatever you want to count it. Not a bad season at all. I'll take it. Losing to some really good teams. The Ravens are a great team. Steelers are great. Packers are great. Both losses there. The Niners, obviously, all the injuries are gone here. Seahawks are solid. I mean, we lost to all really good teams. This was a tough schedule. To make it on the playoffs with this schedule is, I mean, it's a massive one. I mean, it's a really good season. Stafford, this one, I can't defend, the regression fix. This is, maybe like a 79, 80 overall. It's not a great year by any means. The rushing wasn't great. How the hell did we actually make the playoffs? Must have been defensively, right? McGrone with 12, he's up. They're in a 4-3, right? Or is this a hybrid? What in the world? Like I said, with Aquara, Hand was at DT, even though he was at left end position-wise. I didn't change his position, but he did get changed in the depth chart. You guys seen that. Agnew, meh. I mean, you got the backup, Marco Wilson, a cornerback, having, almost the same season. So probably will let Agnew go after that. If McGrone doesn't go to superstar, like I said I wasn't going to change any devs, but man, would that be an actual crime. 29th in offense. What's this defense rank? Top 5? 11. What about it's got to be something with the scoring on one of the sides, right? 23rd in scoring. And then defensively, 8th. I mean, I guess Rodgers MVP, Nick Foles at number 2. I don't even know if Nick Foles will start another game in the NFL as a starter. Honestly, at this rate, probably not. As far as awards go, McGrone obviously Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Devontae Smith and Hubbard. Not a bad little class there. A lot of wide receivers on the list. I like it. I like it a lot. Glad that we're not seeing, just the same old quarterback situation. And as far as the awards go, didn't really see much, honestly. But here we are, 81 overall, going up against the Cowboys, who are also 9-7, 83 for them. I don't have a lot of high hopes here, but maybe. I mean, I feel like their offensive line should easily smash ours down the field. We should have no chance, really. The Jets on the other side, interesting. Dak Prescott still a Dallas Cowboy. It's a close game of 0-all so far, 3-3. Oh, there's the big passing touchdown by Dallas. It's a lot closer than I would have thought, honestly. Like I said, I didn't really expect to win this game, but there's a chance, a legitimate chance. Offense going to need to put up some points, though, because it's getting a little desperate. A little desperate. And there's a chance. Ooh, what's the situation here? Are they smoking us down the field? Did we just lose? I mean, I'm cool with it, right? We made the playoffs, put up a decent showing against the Cowboys, who, may have a legitimate chance to win the Super Bowl here. Stafford, not a bad performance, but we would have liked a little bit more from him since we know who the clear-cut best player here is, and it's him. As far as receiving goes, our guys were the top dogs for catching. We just didn't put up enough points. Sack totals, Olden, and yeah, that's, okay, maybe it wasn't Stafford's fault. 8 sacks, and our team had none. That's bad. Will Lutz missed a field goal on top of it, which did change the game. That's harsh. And like we said, Dallas is in the Super Bowl going against the Browns. And the Browns do win, but still, it doesn't take away from the fact that Dallas did go all the way to the Super Bowl. As far as dev-ups go, we didn't have a single one on offense. Really wish I had Swift doing better here, because really, he's been disappointing, because the pass game's been not great. The run game's not been great. Like, it's kind of disappointing there. As far as dev-ups go, though, we did get 2. Obviously, McRone is one that we expected to get. And then Trey Flowers, who did have an okay season. Getting to Superstar, which is pretty big because we're pretty much locked in with him going forward. I'll show you guys we didn't force any dev-ups or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Some people may do that out there. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, if we can... Are they actually in a 3-4? What? I'm so confused. I don't understand. It's got to be like a hybrid, right? A 3-4. How big is Trey Flowers? He's like 270 maybe? Well, whether they're playing a 3-4 or not, their defense has been bad over the years, so you know what? I do not care. We're going to go to a 4-3. I don't think it makes any sense with this personnel. I mean, unless you really believe in Jamie Collins that much, I guess, to handle the entire formation, but I just don't like that. As far as Aquara goes, I mean, we could re-sign him, but he literally had like a sack or 2. Like, it's just not worth it. Leonard Fournette wasn't bad, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we can just get some guy off the back end and see what we can do. As far as salaries, though, this is where we're hoping that we can see some names that we can get rid of. And one of those names is Stafford. If we find ourselves a quarterback or we find someone in free agency, draft, whatever it is, we could get rid of him. Jamie Collins, I'm sorry. You're out of here. And Vaitai, I don't care. I'm not taking a risk. I'll take the 0, basically. I'll take the fat 0 on that because, holy crap, I am not happy about his contract. See you later, Chase Daniel. Okay, so we are saving money. Not a whole lot of it, but enough. Enough money to make me feel happy. Of course, we have about 40 mil to work with. Devontae Adams, don't really need wide receiver that much. Aaron Jones could be an interesting one. We know that Aaron Jones might not be half bad. I know we re-signed Terrell Crosby, but right tackle could be on the list. Ronald Jones, Harrison Smith, Baker Mayfield. Interesting, huh? I mean, we never, and I mean never, sign free agent quarterbacks. That is a good deal. I am willing to pay this man. A 4-year deal, a 5-year deal? I'm going to give him a 4-year deal worth $138 million. I think that's totally worth it. Hopefully he signs. I would be happy. Ogba, maybe. Orlando Brown, that's a future type of deal. I don't know why he's getting offered so low here, though. Oh, we do not have money. I forgot about Baker. However, we can... See, this is the tough thing. We don't know if we're going to get him, so I don't want to get rid of... how is Whitworth here? Why didn't he stay in our Rams league, man? But I don't want to like get rid of Stafford now just in case we don't get him and then we're just completely screwed. There's some decisions to be made. And Baker Mayfield did accept the contract. The only thing I'm just debating is, like, is it realistic? Like, would we see the Browns letting Baker go in the future? I don't know. Like, is he the most important player there? I really don't feel like he is, but I don't know, man. We never get a chance at Baker. I never see him in free agency early enough, so I'm going to allow it for this one. Maybe we'll do another one, another rebuild for the Lions in the future, especially if they end up, I wouldn't say maybe surprising people, but if they end up taking a quarterback super high. And we trade Stafford to the team that was the second place guys on the Baker Mayfield bid war, and we get a 4th-round pick from them. I just didn't believe in DeAndre Swift, so we ended up signing Aaron Jones to a 4-year, $40 million deal. 5th-year option about TJ Hawkinson if we want him back, which we probably do. We'll just straight up re-sign him. We get a bunch of backups, Jackson and Balaj, Edwards. We got a fullback. We got James Washington, and we did not get Whitworth. All right, for the draft at pick 22, the best available players are all defense, which I'm trying to think. I guess defense is probably our biggest need in general anyways. We could use a safety, but that guy actually does look pretty decent. Is it the biggest need in the world? Mid-second. Our free safety is kind of rough. We have a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, a high 4th, and a 4th. This is a tough one, actually. This linebacker looks really good, so I don't know if we can pass on him. But yeah, I'm going to put this guy up here. I really like this Roman Davis, though. He looks really, really good. Like, worst case scenario, if he's normal development, he's still an absolute beast. This guy's a late set. I think you play this smart. You go for best available over need. You take Roman Davis. You get yourself a 75 overall hidden that looks like he's from the 60s with the chop. What are those called? The lamb chops? I think they're like lamb chop sideburns. I don't even know. Yeah, that must be because it looks like lamb chops. But absolute stud, automatic starter. And then now you could probably move up to like 5 or 6, maybe 7. Pierce goes. So yeah, I say we can probably go to Baltimore. Trade up to Baltimore and then New York. We're moving up quite a bit here, so we give him 54 to Vi. I know it's probably the Lions fans are like, really though? And a 4th next for 39. Oh crap, that's not even the right team. We went to oh god. Oh lord, that could be a real sell because we just traded our starting middle linebacker. Let's say, let's just let them know that we're ready to trade. We're just, we're on the phone. Give us a second, 1 minute. We trade them 86 this, 71 next, and Aruwari. I always say Aruware, but Aruwari to the Ravens for 38. The thing is, we also do have this center who looks really good, but I suppose we're going to go for need. We literally need a middle linebacker now. Really good, even if he's normal, and he's not. So far, this is one of the best drafts we've had in a long time, because obviously, 75 catching. Because obviously hiddens are not a dime a dozen. And then this guy, this will probably be the biggest seller draft. This is literally like Romeo Aquara, like 0.8 or something. But we got rid of Romeo. We have no other choice. And we will take him. Okay. This is a pretty sick draft. He is actually faster as well. He has a finesse style, obviously. But you know what I meant. Like slow but decent. But I did not expect him to be hidden. I was expecting normal, but we needed somebody. I wanted somebody young there because we just had nobody. So I was willing to risk it and maybe even go for this guy later. But I don't think we need to anymore. Late 4th still might be worth going for. But yeah, I don't think we need him. We don't need Ward. We'll take him off. We don't really need a free safety, but why not? If he's if the price is right, we'll take him. LaShawn Jennings might be worth taking. We do have a couple of linemen. Early 5th. Is our 4th early? I feel like the guy's going to be gone, but let's just go to pick 2. We really don't have that much trade value to give up anymore, unless we want to go even more for next year, which maybe we should have, because we're actually kind of killing it in this draft, but it is what it is. That ship is sailed. I guess Dean Evans, the only available lineman left, and okay, even if these guys are all star, doesn't matter. This is our best CPU draft ever. Best CPU draft without a doubt. Not even a question. Not like it's not even close. It's literally, I should have traded up because we could have probably gotten another player. Trevor Pryor, late 4th. We should probably take a look at some of the other guys we missed, just so it's not like, okay, every single player was hidden somehow, but we may take some of the other guys. I don't know. Those guys are like, they're decent. Yeah, we'll probably take them anyways. Should we trade down, though? All we have left are these 2 players. Free safety. The guy does look really good. Alex Rudolph, mid-6. It's not that early. Nah, to be fair, it's not a position of need, so we'll trade down. If he's there at 19, we'll take him. He's not. The middle linebacker is. This is still technically a position of need, so Spencer Best, super fast. 67 overall normal, but not a bad player. Maybe even has a chance to start at some point. He was pretty young, I'm pretty sure. How do we have this 32nd pick in the 7th round? It's such a strange one. We could probably use a backup quarterback. Ted Casey, a 4th rounder. Why not? 57. Okay, that's why not. I didn't get to see his speed, damn it. Okay, draft recap. Let's take a look at these players. So Roman Davis, the new starting free safety on the team. Tracy Walker, still, good backup. You need a backup. Development is star development. Okay, kind of expected that. Jimmy Izzo, the new starting middle linebacker, wearing 52 already. He already knows he's going to be a beast. Why not choose 52 if you want to be a good player? And superstar. Okay, I was kind of thinking, okay, we got all these hiddens. Maybe they will all be star after all. And is he actually wearing Romeo's old number, 98? I can't remember if that's what he wore or not. Sheriff, or is it Sharif? I don't even know, dude. But star development, I'll take it. And then Dean Evans, we got to find a spot for him to start, right? There's got to be a spot, even if it's like left guard or something. Dean Evans, oh, we definitely have to. He's superstar. How big is he? 6'6". How fast is he? Okay, he probably could play left guard. I think that's probably the biggest position need. Okay, I thought it wasn't going to give it to me. Probably the biggest position need we have, right? Number 1 and 2 are corners. And honestly, do you blame them? Kind of debating on who's better, because the other guy is 5'9", so, there's not a whole lot you can do with 5'9" at the 1 or 2 spot, right? Like, I mean, how many good 5'9" corners have there been at the 1 or 2 cornerback position? It can't be many, right? You guys are like, stop asking us questions, damn it. But as far as the center goes, was this the guy? Joe Soriano? I have no idea. It must have been, unless it was that Morse person, but I don't think it was. It must have been Soriano. Unless it was this guy, who's really good. Not 32 rep, 84 bench. 84 bench, 84 strength. I don't know. Regardless, we had a great draft again. Our best player is a guy we got in free agency. Nice. All right, going on to year 3, a much better roster that we are fielding here today. I mean, Swift, we gave him another chance. It just wasn't good enough. It just was not. Aaron Jones, already a stacked talent and ready to go. As far as receivers go, Chase getting up there. Galladay getting up there in age. O-line getting better. Leatherwood's young. Ragnar's young. Evans is young. The tackles we'll have to look at in the future. Hawkinson we'll have to repay. Hopefully we can afford him. Defensively, Izzo, superstar development. McGrone, superstar development. Anthony Walker, maybe think about replacing him in the future, but so far right now, looks pretty good to me. Corners, Okuda moves up to the number 1 spot. Awuzie, number 2, and he'll probably be there for many years to come. Starting free safety, Davis. Neal still at the strong safety spot. D-line, I wouldn't say gets better, but I mean, it's good enough. It's a good enough defense where the offense should hopefully carry it to the playoffs. All right, let's get in on this real quick. Hawkinson, we'll give him a 5-year. Let's give him a 6-year deal. Why not? Once again, looking like a Keebler elf. I mean, it's not a bad thing, right? But it's just factual. All right, headed to the playoffs, and we are in them at 9-7 again. The worst part is, I'll be happy that we're here. The worst part is we killed it, and then we just lost 4 out of the last 5, which is just disgustingly bad. But once again, we're back in it, going against the Niners. Baker Mayfield, 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 8 picks. Definitely better than Stafford, and of course, the big change, Aaron Jones, way better than Swift. Receiving, Jamar Chase could go to X Factor. Probably not, though. Tight end utilization, not great this season. O-line on the interior was great. Outside, not terrible, but, you know, solid. And what I mean, once again, like, do we just make this guy a pass? Is he a pass rusher? He's not, but like, okay, 91 zone coverage already. Tomlinson, not a bad season. Interception-wise, yikes stuff. Will Lutz, really, really good year. Punting, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I'm sorry, Jack Fox. It doesn't. I'm sorry. Where's Stafford? Because he's obviously on the top tier, right? No, I guess not. I thought he was going to be up there because obviously that's usually what happens to us. Baker at 4 for Offensive Player of the Year. Could be Running Back of the Year for Mr. Jones. Izzo, Rookie of the Year. Nice. Baker is a Pro Bowler. Nice. Oh, Aaron Jones only number 3. Receiver at number 5. O-line 7. D-line. I mean, at least we're on the list for a lot of these now. Definitely not there. And then kicking at number 2. Going against the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, I don't think we're there yet. But if we can maybe put together like a win or even 2 wins, that would be nice going into the next season. But who knows? Once again, all you have to do is make it there. Our team is still good. It may be a little too young, and it's probably not exactly ready, like we said. But, you know, we still have a chance. I mean, it's a small chance, but we got a shot at it. Of course, having a pretty decent drive to start it out. Defense gives us another good startup. 10-7, and of course, San Fran looking a little bit better now. At halftime, you know, we're up 6. It's not terrible, right? It's a good situation. Start of the 4th, though, we will be down 1 as you expect, and there you go. Get the 2-point with the touchdown. Defense! No! Overtime. Uh-oh. Is it us? Did we win? It looks like we won. He looks unhappy, and that's what I like to see. Yeah, I think we won. We definitely won. Let's go. Let's go. 24-21. Nice performance. Defense definitely came in clutch there. Will Lutz. What the hell? Nice. Aaron Jones, not great in that game. Swift was slightly better. Of course, San Fran with a really solid front, so can't really blame the ground game for sucking. Receiving was pretty damn solid, especially with Hawkinson going against Fred Warner. Touchdowns for their guys. We had 1 with Roberson, who never really developed, never really had a chance. I mean, I guess to be fair, he had a pretty good year this year. Maybe it's not too late. 1 sack, well, technically 2 to their 4 picks. Roman Davis, the rookie, with 2. Kicking. Will Lutz, 3 for 3. Nice. We need that. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We didn't get a new kicker. I mean, we might have lost that game right there. All right, going on to the next week, the Saints. Okay, once again, not an easy team to play against. Oh, Jamar had a real big glow-up season, as they say. He went from, 76 to 83, 83 to 92. Really good stuff. Of course, that was his best season by far. Going against the Saints, like I said, not the easiest team, but definitely, rather play them than, the Cowboys in Madden. It seems like the Cowboys just have the juice. Saints do make it to a decent bit of Super Bowls too, though, so you can't take them too lightly. Who is their quarterback? Can't really... Evan Short. Okay. Unless that said Snort. I already forgot. 10-0, not a great start for the team. Yikes. Defense is playing bad. Offense is playing worse, though. Get a score there. Okay. Oh, you can't. A halftime touchdown run of 900 yards is impossible to counter, and we're actually doing pretty well here. 31-all. There's actually a chance that they can win. No way, dude. I ain't accepting this. Go out in a different way, not this way. And if it wasn't for DeMario, it looked like, I would probably run this with Jones, who's wearing number 37. It makes you want to die. That's a tough one, and he's not going to get it. He's actually not going to get it. Oh, no. I've got to recover it because this is pathetic. I've got to save the game because I just sold. Really good coverage, but still. Of course, they get a superstar quarterback to replace Breeze. Super fair. A Woozier on Thomas. And we can't get there. Kamara gets taken down. We'll have about 52 seconds to play with on offense if we make the stop. Get the big fellas in there. And they are going to pass it. And, I mean, I don't know what you can do on that. Slants are deadly good, and we lose. So the AI runs his slants. Actual scammer. Was it even Michael Thomas that caught it? It was probably someone else. I think Michael Thomas on the left every single play we played. A good game, though. I mean, it was a very good game, but we fell a yard short, simply put. Probably should have had a better play in mind, but it's just the way it goes. Sometimes that halftime touchdown for Alvin Kamara, which just would not happen. DeAndre Swift, dude. 8 for 1. I don't care about the 2 touchdowns. 8 for 1. How is it even possible to have 8 for 1 with 2 touchdowns? I really don't understand. I don't get it. And then Will Lutz missed a few. I mean, that is just small little failures in between that just costed us, man. And I wouldn't even say small, because giving up a touchdown of like 75 yards down the field when it's like 10 seconds left just doesn't happen. Hell, I should have left the game and forced one us. We really deserve to win that. But oh well, another step closer to greatness. The Saints versus the Jets of all teams. And the Jets win, deserved. Take a look at potential dev ups. We had none on offense. Maybe Chase had a chance, didn't get the dev up. McGrone, I thought, would get the dev up, did not. Keanu Neal did, and Walker's. I mean, we got something, right? We got something. Neal goes to superstar. Walker goes to star. We'll take any little win we can get. As far as what we need to draft, maybe look at replacing Anthony, even though he got star. He is 28. The progression chance is really low. He's, what, 15, 16K XP to upgrade. Maybe a corner, or we move up Wilson. I do like the way Awuzie is playing. It's just his dev up potential is low. We're going to move him down to 3, and Marco gets the number 2 slide. O-line, right tackle, left tackle. So O-line will be our number 1 selection unless, of course, a different best available player comes along, or a wide receiver, because wide receiver Kenny Golladay is not going to last forever. Our number 3 isn't great, but yeah, O-line seems to be our biggest need now after all the drafts and off seasons we had. We're finally in a really good position. And hell, we have 35 mil to work with. I don't know who else we have to re-sign coming up. Flowers. So actually pass rushers up there, because Trey's probably not worth a re-signing, especially at 31 he'll be. I believe technically. Okuda, you got to re-sign. Crosby. So tackle, pass rusher. Swift, we should try to trade for like a late second, early third. Not honestly, maybe like a third if we're lucky. There's a lot of running backs out there. But yeah, I think, really, I mean, we're probably going to just ignore free agency unless there's like a super steal here. Could go Ogba. I mean, a 2-year deal. That's not bad. We'll see what we can do. All right, we offered a contract to Devin Bush, a 4-year, 42. We got him. Costin was just a backup contract, and I offered on Ogba, and for some reason he didn't accept. Like, we still have the highest offer by far. I just figure he'll be making about the same amount of money as Trey Flowers, but he'll be better because he's literally just as good, but he's faster. So I figured it was worth signing him, and hopefully he signs, I guess, because then we could trade Trey Flowers. It literally pays for that contract pretty much, the savings-wise, and obviously Trey Flowers will get us at least a 3rd round, so I mean, I think it's a win-win situation. However, we do have a chance to take a look at the players here. Maybe there's someone we can actually draft instead and completely save all the money rather than a little bit. All right, so we had some pass rushers, but obviously that is out the window as we do get Emmanuel Ogba. We get a couple of backups as well. This guy's nothing special. He's normal dev, but never, good idea to always get some backups. We have Jeff Okuda here now. Of course, he does belong on the team, but a tag is probably not a good idea because we could probably get him for like 12 mil per year rather than wait and have to pay like 20. We give the Texans Trey Flowers for a high 3rd round pick. I think that's fair for both parties. We also trade Swift and a 5th to the Jags for their 3rd. I know it rhymed, but, Now, this may be a bit of a sell, but we are trading 25, 68, and 57 this year to move up to 12, and there is 2 options. Well, actually, no, there's only 1 option because the other guy just went the tackle to the Giants. Now there's really only 1 option, and that option, in my opinion, is Mr. Ben Grant, the wide receiver. Looks absolutely outstanding. If he's not a beast, I don't know what to tell you. 75 overall hidden, totally worth it. This is one of those absolute god-tier wide receivers. Injury and toughness is a bit low for a user league, but for this, I mean, he is like almost a Julio Jones clone at this point. I mean, absolutely insane. We don't know the development, of course. It could be star only, which I think if he's only star in a user league, I think that's fine. But in Madden, it's probably a little too much of a reach. But as far as what else we can do, I mean, we can still trade up for this DT. You don't know the potentials for power or block shed, but I mean, I think you can still land an okay draft. Of course, we did pretty much like throw away the entire class here for ourselves, but still, we can get a DT, and after that, we don't really need too much more. Because I believe we do have to get rid of Galladay like literally after this season, unless we want to pay. Oh wait, we don't. That might have been premature. Yeah, we can. Oh damn. And the DT's gone. Never mind. We sold drafts. We sold on the draft. Jerry Reynolds. You can't really trade up for another guy. This is a very interesting class we have here because we trade away pretty much the entire first 3 rounds for a wide receiver who does look really good in fairness, but oh, the wide receiver still here. We'll take him too. Jerry Reynolds, 72 overall normal. See, this is why I'm saying if he's only star, might have been a sell because this guy, I know he's nowhere near as talented, but 72 overall out the gate, We did have a lot of draft picks, so we'll trade this for next year. Let's find a team. Get a 3rd from the Browns with a 6th, which is kind of, iffy, but we'll take it. Take a random lineman here, 62 overall normal, and then in the 7th round, we'll just take maybe another lineman. Screw it. Jamal Pete. Yeah, not great. All right, moment of truth. How good was that wide receiver? If he's superstar or better, I think it was worth the trade up. We haven't really traded up crazy like that in a long time, so it's worth it. It's worth it every once in a while. 21 years old, yeah, he's a really good player, especially if he's higher than star. He is, okay, I mean, he's still really talented. It's just, yeah, maybe we didn't need to trade up that high for him. But, of course, that wide receiver, I mean, he'll easily be here still when Galladay's gone because, if he really played his best, he could probably play 14 years in this league. So, say what you want. I think it was worth it. You'll probably even trade Galladay next season and maybe even get like a 2nd round off of him. And, of course, Grant will be there to start. So, as far as the team goes, pretty much what you're going to be looking at. Not a bad squad at all, obviously. Of course, Bush will be starting at left outside linebacker with Izzo at the middle linebacker spot. So, we'll have pretty much the best linebacking group in the league. Do we have to pay McGrone this season? Not yet. Defensive line-wise, definitely a talented line as well. I mean, we got to get our overalls up at corner, I suppose, but it's a really good team regardless. We trade Anthony Walker and Jackson for a 4th round. Is it Joe Jackson or Jonah Jackson? One of the two. To the Raiders. So technically year 3 for us doing this rebuild, and this is what the team looks like. Of course, very talented group of skill position players. O-line's kind of getting better over the years. Evans and Leatherwood should continue to get higher and higher in overall. Frank Ragnar's already a god. Tackle, definitely a position we got to look at soon as our guys are aging. Crosby needs a contract this year. Do we re-sign him again? We may have no choice if we can actually even afford him. For the defensive side, obviously really high potential team here. Strong safety may be a position we look at. Same with left end. Outside of that, though, if we can afford everyone, we have all the pieces. All right, like I said, about 12 mil per year, it seems. So, yeet up the skeet. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean here. It sounds disgusting. 7-year deal there. Keanu Neal, superstar development trait. Normally, I wouldn't give a 2nd contract for a safety, but here we go. Here we go. Offensive, hey, Crosby, another similar deal. I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely thinking about it. We've put together a really nice team, and we can afford everyone. It's impressive. All right, headed to the playoffs, and we are in them at 10-6. About damn time we get to 10 wins, and wow, Baker goes off. Remember when I was like something about Stafford, 40 touchdowns, 13 picks, and like 4,500 yards? That's what we wanted, but we got it from Baker instead. Rushing, Jones's touchdowns are down. Yards per carries are down. Not bad. Not bad, though. Galladay, really good season. Jamar Chase, really good season. Hawkinson, eh. And then Ben Grant, the rookie, not bad. Blocking, really improved season from the tackles, or at least one of the tackles. Sack totals, Ogba, good stuff. Bush, okay. The left outside linebacker just gets tons of sacks in this scheme. Tomlinson, not really the year 2 we were looking for. Picks, absolutely abysmal. Will Lutz misses 2 again, but of course way less attempts, so it hurts a little bit more than last season's misses. Number 1 in yards, I'll take it. Baker at number 4. Is Stafford still in the league? I didn't see him there, so maybe not. Offensive player of the year, Baker at 2. Defensive player of the year, Bush at 10. Rookie of the year, 3. Defensive rookie of the year, no. Quarterback, Baker wins the award. Rushing, Jones at 6. Best wide receiver, 3 and 5. Not bad. Number 4 offensive lineman. D-line, number 10. Linebacker, number 6 and 9. DB, number 8. And then kicker, number 4. So we're in there, you know? We're making plays. We're showing we belong. And if we don't win this game, I will be sad. All right, going to the end of the game, New York is off to a tear, but I believe in our team to come back. Wow, defense. You want to play your part or no? Literally a touchdown every drive. This is insane. I've never seen this successful of offense before from a team. And we're doing all right now, though. Offense, come on. I'm not saying defense is playing well, but they've kind of played their part here. And that might be too late now. They get a field goal with 1 second left. Wow, defense sucks. I mean, defense came alive in the second half, but it was too late at that point. Baker with 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. You just can't allow them to walk all over you. Oh, of course, Najee Harris to the Giants. That wouldn't even be fair. That would be literally illegal. I mean, that's just a disappointment. I mean, we should have easily won that game, and we somehow didn't. I guess this is going to be at least a 4-year, maybe a 5-year. And then after that, I quit because, honestly, we're getting to that point where, you know, we're not going to get much better. We're only going to start getting worse. You know, Keanu's going to start dropping in overall. Baker hasn't went up in dev. I will say he probably will go to superstar this year. But, you know, we're going to lose Galladay soon. Hawkinson, I mean, I think he's fine in fairness. But, yeah, I mean, we're not going to go up by much more. But we will start to go down. And, I mean, once again, we lose to the team that wins the Super Bowl. It sucks. As far as dev-ups go, we get one with Baker Mayfield as expected, just in time at 29 years old. Quick draw on Roaming Deadeye. Let's change Roaming Deadeye to Pocket Deadeye, I suppose. And then defensively, join the team of superstars, Devin Bush, as he is now a superstar himself. And we have the best linebackers. Like, subscribe. Of course, cornerback Marco Wilson. He's star, but he hasn't really progressed well. Of course, this was his first season starting, and maybe that was a part of the issue with us playing defense that game because it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad defensive performance. Maybe the D-line just needs to be improved because, you know, Deshaun Handy's 28. He's really upgrading. Mustafa should be the starter. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a good team. We just got to, I guess, keep playing, keep getting better throughout playing the seasons. I think we're going to let Crosby go because $7.5 million isn't like the most for a lineman, but I feel like we could get a lineman for like 11 that'll be like twice as good. So I think that's the route we're going to take, and if not, we'll allocate all our resources for a lineman in the first. We have $40 million. I have no idea how many people we have to pay though, so maybe we give a look to Fletcher Cox. Simmons would be nice, but obviously we don't need him. Swift goes to free agency. They were not a fan of him. Gibson, not a bad little backup. Unfortunately, I don't see any linemen here, so he may have sold a little bit. Is our lineman literally the best lineman? He is. Our lineman's the best one. Well, Damian Lewis, to be fair. Yeah, we'll probably go, we can go for Damian Lewis, who's cheaper, put him at guard, and then move Leatherwood back to his natural position of tackle. Not a bad call, right? All right, for our draft, there are a couple of pass rushers in this one, which I think we should probably look at to either replace Tomlinson and or Ogba. Of course, Ogba's getting older. Tomlinson just hasn't been playing well. This is the top-tier dog, but we also have this guy. You also have this dude, and that's kind of it, right? Like, we have some of these guys, but not really worth it. This guy's pretty good, but obviously that's a high pick. I don't think we should be trading up for a guy that we may not even need in the future, whereas the wide receiver, we know we need him because we're, you know, Galladay won't last forever. Where the pass rushers, they will take a long time to regress. But I suppose let's move down. I think the outside linebacker is probably worth it. Maybe 17 or 18, and then we make a trade up. Is that left end still there? Oh, he was. Okay, maybe, you know, going into our rival, maybe he was worth it. And then the Panthers take another really good DT. Oh, Lord. So late first. Like, this guy maybe looks decent enough, but this guy, I mean, that's just a risk and a half. I like the combine grade, but, you know, outside of that, it's kind of iffy. I don't want to trade too much for this year. Oh, it's the Packers. We can't trade up with the Packers. They're not going to let us trade up. That would make no sense. Let's go to the Ravens then. I don't imagine... I mean, honestly, the guy could probably go like right here if we didn't trade up. So, don't imagine those picks would have lasted very long. Safety... Could give him Tracy, but I don't think they want him. I think that's actually fair. This is a pretty good trade. 24 and Roberson to the Ravens. We just never really gave Roberson a chance. He was the number 3/4 the most of the time. 77 overall at 25. He's got time to develop. A DT that skipped the combine. That's tempting, but we're going to take Bernard Beasley. I think he's going to be also pretty solid, and he is. 78 overall, of course, normal, but I mean, when it's all said and done, this guy could be better than the other guys just simply for how good he is out the gates. Normal development isn't a death sentence, especially at 21. Hell, I want to start him right out the gate, but I don't think we really can. As for the other pass rushers, I mean, don't get me wrong, Darian Cochran is probably pretty good, but I think we should go for a lineman. I think we should probably go for both linemen because we didn't end up replacing the right tackle position, so somebody's got to go over there. And then we do have to pay Taylor Decker, which I don't think we should. So maybe pick Cochran, not bad. Maybe pick 10 in the second round we trade up to. Could be a pretty damn solid draft for us. We got 56, 88 in Washington for 42 from the Browns. We also have still a high third that we can use as well. But Cliff Parks, hoping for the best. Very strong player. Could probably move to guard. Is a 75 overall normal. I mean, it's not great, but you know, it's Madden drafting. For linemen, you're not going to get much out of it. This safety looks pretty good. Really strong. Could replace Neal in the future. Same with this guy. I really want this tight end just for how fast he is. So we have some really good players here. This guy, you know, he didn't end up being that good. So let's just move to our next pick where we may take the safety. He looks really good. Looks like one of those high overall players, even if his dev isn't there. So if he's there, I think we may pull the trigger. Jordan Amaya, 21 years old. Andrews is 22. He's good too, but let's go Jordan Amaya. Actually, let's trade down. That's a pretty high pick for a player that we don't necessarily need. We get 87 and 119 for pick 10. Totally worth it. And I imagine the safety will still be there. If not, we've like just missed him, and he is there. So Jordan Amaya, definitely worth the trade down. And 74 overall normal. Of course, we're not getting the hiddens like last time, but we're still landing a pretty solid draft. And let's go to the start of the next round. Hope to Jesus the center is there. He is. And right now, I mean, we don't normally do this well in a draft, as in like, we don't normally land all the players we want, but we're actually doing a really good job here of getting to each position. Each position that actually is when the players are going to go. So let's go with the 4th and 5th, see where they're at, and they'll take it. I will take. We have a lot of good draft picks in this one. Trading those players that didn't work out but still have value definitely helped out, and hopefully this guy's hidden. 73 normal, man. I don't think we have a single hidden. Of course, the pass rusher was amazing, so I'm not really too worried about it, but still, didn't land a single hidden. If the safety's there, I'm taking him too. He is. Why not? Mid-5th, and he is hidden. 67 overall hidden. He is actually pretty damn good. A bit of a gem. I mean, not even a bit of a gem. Literally a gem. That's definition. And I want to trade this for a next year pick, but I also kind of want to... Let's take the Raiders 4th next year, and then... We don't really need a running back, but this guy looks really solid. Late 7th. I think we're going to go to the start of the 4th, so Niners again, I suppose. We trade 184 and 216 for 162 from the Rams, which will be the final pick of our draft. A running back. Looks pretty damn decent. We're going to take him. 66 overall with pretty decent speed ratings. Good change of direction. Not a bad player, but yeah, it is what it is. Worst pick of the draft for us, but 6th-rounder. Who cares? And I guess we're going to take a fast linebacker because nobody wanted to trade with us for a next year pick. And he is fast, 89 speed, 90 excel. But not a bad draft. Of course, we landed only one hidden, the safety, which typically when it's that late, it is usually a star development, but he could be higher than that. You never know. Leanthony Andrews, 67 overall, not going to be a starter out the gate, but could be a good replacement for Neal in the future, is star development. Was there anyone like we missed? I don't think we did. Like there was some players we could have traded up for, but those aren't misses, you know? Like you can't really blame someone for not trading up. Of course, Don Gallery, a really solid player for the Bears, but we landed our guy later, and he was still really solid. I guess we didn't, not that much later. Okay, I guess you could look at these guys. Ed Stevens or Steffens. There was another pass rusher. Cochran, 73 overall, not hidden. I thought he was going to be hidden. He's not even a pass rusher, really. But yeah, I mean, I guess we did about as well as we could. All right, Season 4. We'll probably do at least one more season after this. At least if we don't make, the Super Bowl and win it. But let's be honest, the way we've been going, I don't expect that. Maybe we'll get close. Maybe like at least a championship round. That's the goal. As far as the receiving options, once again, skill position is out of this world. Jones, Chase, Galladay, Mayfield, Hawkinson, hell, Grant. I mean, it's his second year in the league. 700 yards or whatever he had year one, 400 yards, 700. I can't remember. I mean, this is a solid-looking roster. O-line, bits and pieces are moving around here and there. Parks is not a bad rookie, though, so definitely not bad there. 87 left guard, 92 center, and 82 right tackle. As far as defense, best linebacking group in the league by far. DBs are solid. Okuda's a solid number 1. 83 and 83 at corner number 2 and 3 is definitely valuable. Ogba, you got your pass rusher. You got your DTs that can get the job done. And then if Tomlinson can make a leap here, that would be super clutch. If not, Beasley to replace one of them. All right, as far as re-signings, we do have some names. Oh, my Lord. Okay, maybe we have reached that point. But, of course, Jamar Chase, that is the long-term wide receiver that you just have to keep pretty much forever. A 7-year 151 for the man. McGrone has played really well for this team. It's a lot of money. 20 times 5 would be 100 mil. I think the tag's still worth it. I mean, we're losing money over time, but we're saving ourselves in case we find something cheaper and better in the future. We can definitely afford everyone. It's just I don't know if it's worth paying McGrone. You know what? We will pay him. We will pay him because we won't have to pay another linebacker for a while, and he's totally been worth it. He's been the best linebacker by far, 94 overall. Ogba, maybe that's the tag. I don't know. Like a $29 million 2 year is not bad by any means. We'll kind of see mid-season how he's playing and make our decision there. Will Lutz, we'll give him a 2 year now. I mean, if you really think about it, we don't have to pay too much, and we're going to lose Galladay soon enough anyways, so the money is actually not that bad around here. We gave him the deal. 2 year 30 seems to be worth it. As far as Awuzie, we might have to let him go. Mustafa is kind of in a similar situation as Deshaun Hand, but he is better. So let's just give him the 5 year 50. Leatherwood, obviously another guy that you just give the contract to. A 5 year deal worth 45. Let's just knock it out. Why not? 24 mil to work with. Marco Wilson, a 5 year deal. Let's give him a 6 year. And then now our money situation's kind of looking tight. So lineman, definitely let Taylor Decker go. Awuzie will draft a new one. Hand will probably draft a new one as well. Draft a new hand. All right, headed to the playoffs, and we get a bye week at 13-3. It was a really solid season. We were like 9-1, 10-1 maybe. Yeah, pretty damn good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, 1 loss. Lost 2, won 3. Really good season. Maybe we could do it this year. I don't know. I mean, it is a really good team in fairness. Baker likely to go to Superstar X Factor. No guarantees, though. Aaron Jones, best season as a Lion. Jamar Chase, no X Factor. Galladay, though, maybe. Hawkinson, meh. Ben Grant with a ton of touchdowns. Blocking. Let's take a look at what we got here. Really good blocking as well. This could be the team. They could do it. Sack totals, 7 for Tomlinson, 6.5 for Ogba. Johnson was pretty good, actually. Picks, not terrible. Will Lutz, he got blocked twice. Missed one legitimately. I don't know why EA puts so many block kicks in there. Like, it just doesn't happen often in real life. But hey, do what you want. Yearly awards, Baker's an MVP. Let's take a look at the other awards. So, Offensive Player of the Year, of course. Defensive Player of the Year, not on the list. Thought we would have maybe had one. Rookie of the Year, no. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Beasley at 7. I mean, you can't really expect him to do anything as a backup. Number 1 for Baker. Number 3 for Jones. Number 1 for Galladay. 5 for Chase. O-line at number 1. That is very rare to see because usually you have David Bakhtiari, Martin, and Ramczyk. But no, they gave it to Ragnar and Evans right behind. Leatherwood at 10. I like to see that. D-line, no. Linebacker, no. So once again, it's defense that could be the demise of this team. But already starting in the divisional round, you gotta like our chances. Who is it against? The Rams. Okay, I mean, once again, any team is a scary one, but It could be worse. 93 to their 85. If we lose this, dude. All right, going to the end of the game. Nice little drive. It took us a long time, but we got there. Another like 7-minute-ish drive. The Rams keep scoring, though. Once again, that defense of ours is really worrisome. Touchdown before half. Offense is looking pretty good. Defense has just got to match that energy. Come on, offense. Okay, maybe the defense is the one that needs to be matched. And, okay, I mean, offense was really good, and then they slowed down. Defense started picking it up, and, defense slowed down, and then the offense picked it up. I like it. I like it. Baker outperformed Goff. Really good game from both of them, though. Rushing, Akers, decent stuff. So, I mean, really good game across the board for both offenses. As far as the defense goes, sack totals 3 for Ogba. Nice. The best pass rusher in the game there. Roman Davis. Nice. Stephon Gilmore. Wow, we had a really good game passing, even going against Gilmore. I don't care how late it is. I seen in free agency he was like a 90-something overall still, so he's still a beast. And just like that, with that bye week, we were already in the championship round going against Washington football team. I think we did beat them earlier in the season. Of course, 87 overall. Better, but still worse. All right, here we are. Can we win it all for Detroit? We'll be headed to the Super Bowl if we win this game. 17-7, not a bad start at all. Come on, put up another touchdown. There you go. And really clutch drive before half. That is going to mean a lot. But will it mean enough? It will not, as Detroit is going to walk its way into the Super Bowl here. I mean, that was just a performance and a half. And I do not know who we're playing, but I think it was the Titans, if I'm not mistaken. Baker just killing it right now, outperforming Winston by a lot. Justice Hill, nice fumble. 2.5 yards per carry on 13 carries with a fumble. Nice. Good job. Jamar Chase, absolute legend. Sack totals, okay. And that's pretty much that. I mean, let's go. Could be just in time for Baker to get X Factor. Hell, there could be a couple of X Factors in this one for us. Could see Aaron Jones get there. Could see Galladay. And that's exactly what happens as Baker is now an X Factor. He gets Brick Wall. Escape Artist. I may have to try that out. I may have... Wait, does he already have... No, he has Star, so... Bazooka, no. I guess Pro Reads? Let's go High-Low Deadeye. But nice. Okay, I mean, that's pretty sweet. What else? We got Aaron Jones to Superstar X Factor. Gets Ankle Breaker. He has Matchup Nightmare and Recuperation. And then Galladay to X Factor. Don't think he can afford him, even though he did just, like, extend his career hard. I guess Double Me would be the one. Defensively, probably have a dev up here as well. Bush is the guy to get it. Superstar Development Trait. Superstar X Factor Development Trait, anyways. So, Run Stuffer. And then as far as defense goes anywhere else, we did not get a dev up. But this has got to be the team, right? Like, this is just... It's just too perfect. 3 X Factor dev ups on offense going against a 9-7 Titans team. I mean, we got to do it. It's got to be the season. Going to the end of the game, Detroit scores early. And, of course, Derrick Henry has his long rushing touchdown. Come on, defense. There you go. Finally stop them. 17-10. Right before half, they get a touchdown. You can't give those up. The momentum is all... that's all you need sometimes. 27-20. Defense can't stop them. Of course, offense can't score. Punt. Come on, team. This looks good. As Detroit... Hello? Don't tell me they didn't put that in. Like, tell me at least he missed it, even though that wouldn't be good, but... Nice. Good job, EA. We did, we just didn't kick the field goal. Why wouldn't you? Why would you? Let's just waste the clock out. No. So, we should have won the game. I'm going to have to keep playing it out until we actually get a winning one. Sweet, man. Sweet. We obviously should have won. I want to actually see the celebration, so I'm going to have to keep leaving until we get the win. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. It should be the second try right there, but what a joke, dude. All right, so we're going through this game, and of course Detroit is choking the game away, and we see a victory. There we go. Detroit wins the Super Bowl 31-24. Should have been similar to that. What would have been 30-27 or something like that. Absolute scam this game is. Like 22 seconds left. You're driving down to just drain the clock and kick the field goal, and you just run out of time. Like, come on, dude. 22 seconds. You could run on the entire kicking team and put up a field goal before that clock expires, let alone probably having timeouts to, you know, at least one to call one for the field goal. But of course, the problem with it is the game simulates the generated clock, whatever it's called, the hell is it called? The chew clock, whatever. So like it you know, it's like 17 seconds left, and then like 20 seconds goes off the clock, so then there's no time. Absolute joke, I tell you. Regardless, though, a successful rebuild once again. The Detroit Lions are on top of the football world. Of course, maybe next time we do a rebuild, maybe when the draft is over, depending on what they take, we'll try not to go for any quarterbacks that probably won't hit free agency. I'm not saying Baker is like guaranteed to stay, because you know everyone's saying all this great stuff about Baker, but you compare him to the rest of the quarterbacks and his numbers aren't that great, especially with an insane offensive line and an insane run game. You would expect those numbers to probably be a little bit higher than that, but you know, we're hearing rumors about Deshaun Watson wanting to leave Houston. There's no guarantees in the NFL. So I guess it's not the most unrealistic. You know, if it would have been like Mahomes, obviously not. You know, Lamar Jackson, probably not. But, you know, Baker's one of those quarterbacks that I could see, you know, being not necessarily replaced, but, you know, maybe they realize, hey, he's not the reason we're winning. And we have a lot of players to pay because they do have a really stacked roster. But of course, that is the game, and that is the rebuild. Regardless of that's going to be that, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully I can get a video on the second channel today, PKR Plays. Don't know if I will be. Regardless, though, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays, like we just said, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Wanted to stream yesterday, but I got busy, and timing kind of messed up, so there'll be a stream for sure tonight at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.
What crawled up your ass?
The future. I don't know. Oh, we glitching out. Okay, I was with all the reviews lately, I was just trying to make sure that was actually intended. I couldn't actually tell. Oh! Yo, his domain is strong as ours. Shoot him more, he's not dead. This is like the Terminator. I've watched all of those movies. Kill him! Yeah, kill him. There we go. We're gonna come out with like one leg. We're gonna come out looking like goddamn Wall-E. Me rolling around on our little conveyor belt legs. What?